actors don't even have minimum wage in Singapore. When you want to start calling it Singapore scene and industry, you need to have a lot of things in place. You need to have a union for the actors, pay the actors properly, and we need to have a system basically. In Singapore, we don't have that. We still don't have that. I get where the article is going, but they don't have to rub it in. Right. Yes, we are non-essential, but don't have to they still have to walao position some more. Number one is performing artist is number one non-essential. Why must you rank us?
Coming back to the theatre scene in Singapore, was there anything that you felt like, we need to change as a theatre industry to try and get to that level?
Yeah, we need to stop getting government grants and and start to think like Cameron McIntosh or Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Which is
you have to see it as a business. In Singapore, you have to try everything. Do everything. Dabble in everything. Don't say, I'm just this or that. Don't pigeon your hole.
Pigeon your hole. Yeah,
that's a good.
Remember Words of Wisdom, our mission to capture 60 interviews with Singaporean seniors over 60 years old for 𝗪𝗔𝗂𝗍. Well, mission accomplished. We've recorded, edited, and launched all 60 interviews. These aren't just stories, they're national heirlooms. And they're live right now on Spotify and on the Words of Wisdom microsite. Links are in the description. But here's the twist. The response was so huge and we enjoyed doing it so much, we're not stopping. We're going beyond 60 for 𝗪𝗔𝗂𝗍 and doing 20 more interviews. So this is the absolute final call to nominate a senior you think is deserving to have his or her story told. Don't miss this final chance. The nomination link is in the description. Go, go, go! And now, onto the podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Yala, your thrice weekly podcast where we talk about the hottest news with a touch of 𝗏𝗏.
Good old humor.
Good old humor, man. So today is a special episode because we have in front of us someone who we had the honor and privilege of sharing the stage with.
Yes.
Earlier this year in June. And there was so much to just learn from this gentleman because he is a true master of the stage.
Legend of the theatre scene.
Legend of the theatre scene. So, welcome, Sebastian Tan.
True, all true. Yeah, say some more.
Also known as Broadway Beng.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Welcome to Yala.
Hello. And the honor is mine also to share the stage with you all.
Please, I don't just anyhow say lah.
Can I just say this is my first podcast after more than
20 years.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
That one wasn't really counted. It was...
You mentioned
that there was no podcast, but this is my real podcast.
Your real podcast debut.
My first one. So go easy on me, okay?
Hey, please.
You mentioned that it was with what? Mr. Brown, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
was when Broadway Beng first started.
Yeah.
So we need to introduce this show called Broadway Beng, and so we need all the help we can get and so Mr. Miyagi that time was like, they have a podcast. So
that was, we say what, 25 years ago?
No, actually 20 years ago.
So 2006. Before when podcasts were even a thing
So it wasn't a thing, huh?
No, I think that was when the iPod just came out. And podcast was something that came out as a result of the iPod. Hence the name podcast.
Podcast, that was the early days, the Renaissance
Very
period.
Early days.
Yeah. Then after it died down for a while and came back 10 years ago.
So you're like an OG lah.
Yeah, it was the Renaissance period.
You're a Renaissance man.
I'm a Renaissance man.
A Renaissance man. But I mean, honestly, when we did help, and for those listening, this June, we were part of 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 party, which was a performance put on by Dream Academy, where there were us and 9 other comedians or performers on stage for 9 shows. And it was a great time for us. It was nerve-wracking. And I remember being backstage and seeing you just be on your phone, just chill. And then you'll be like, okay, it's my turn. See you guys. And you go up and you just blow the crowd away for 20 minutes. And I remember the last 4 nights, I went out to watch you each time and I totally enjoyed it. It was great.
Thanks, guys.
No, because your segment was quite different from everyone else's, right?
Yeah.
Others were really just, not just, but it is stand-up comedy, a certain format. Yours was really the whole shebang. You were singing, you were interacting with the crowd, you were telling jokes and monologue also. It was quite a breath of fresh air, even for the audience in the middle of the show, right?
Yeah. in the format of Broadway Beng. I mean, I always include songs. And that's how my humor comes through, through songs, to popular songs. I rewrite it and then, make it funny. Me and Selena, right? Tan, who is the producer of Broadway Beng and also director. And so that is how we go about, commenting, and joke. I mean, this is how I tell my jokes through my songs.
Yeah.
And of course, I do stand up in between as well.
Yeah.
But was it always the case that you wanted to, when you started, this is what you wanted to do, to write and sing and
when we first started Broadway Beng, we don't know what, we don't really have a format.
Okay.
It was like, I think Selena looked at me and he says, oh, okay, he's a musical performer. I'm an actor. I'm also, I can dance on stage. And how are we gonna, create a persona around who I am? And lending my own stories to it and make it funny. And I think from there, that's how we come up with this kind of this roja format, where there's musical, there is stand-up and comedy,
crowd work,
but in
the lead up to Broadway Beng, like, when did you first realize you wanted to become a performer?
When? Age 15.
15.
Oh, so clear in your memory.
School. Yeah.
What happened?
Before that, I wanted to become a lawyer.
Okay.
Really serious, want to become a lawyer. Bought law books, went to the High Court.
How come? Like, you watch law TV shows?
Yeah, I watch law, LA Law. I watch Perry Mason.
Okay.
And I thought, that's it. I want to be a lawyer. So I went, I still remember I went and watched a High Court case. It was a rape and murder case.
When you were how old?
I was 14.
Oh my God.
I went myself. I was sitting at a dock there. And then I was like, I could hardly hear the lawyers. And then the case was the most boring case I ever attended. Not that I attended a lot, but I was that serious. And then I'm like, what happened to Perry Mason? What happened to all the drama in court, in American TV where it's all drama and all that? I said, what happened to all that? That's when I realized, actually, it's not law that I wanted to do. It was the drama that I was drama. So, and then at 15 years old, I had a chance to, do a play. And I won a Best Supporting Actor. Got a little taste of what, recognition is.
Do you remember the play?
Yeah, it's called Choices. And I play a villain.
Okay.
And I won the award, and I think that's when I caught the bug. And ever since then, I knew I wanted to be on stage.
So what happened after 15? Like, do you pursue that fully or?
Yeah. So I when I went to the army, I did a lot of school plays. I did the opening show for the NUS theatre, even though I wasn't in NUS. Basically, I followed my friend to an audition. He was auditioning, I wasn't. And then I was asked to audition, and then I got the role. I got the lead role. We were not friends anymore now. But yeah, so when I was in JC, I did a NUS theatre play. And then from then on, I just knew I want to be on stage. And then when I went to the, army, I went to the music and drama company, SAF as we do. And that's when I discovered singing. And then, from then on, I dabbled in a lot of things. I even joined a national singing contest, a Mandarin singing contest, and I won. Yeah. And I thought, then I'm going to be Jackie Chung. I'm going to, be a pop star. And then, I didn't. Because, but theatre has always been there for me. And musicals has always been there for me.
I see.
And then,
But throughout that process, was there ever a fear as a Singaporean that, how do I even make money from this? Like,
good question. Good question. My parents actually didn't want me to perform. For the longest time, my father was dead against it. Wanted me to go to university, be a lawyer, be a doctor, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I was just, at that age, you just want to follow your ambition, I just follow my heart, follow my passion. Yeah. And, in the first 10 years of my life, my career, you can say it was hand to mouth. I didn't make a cent.
So there was no money made. That was from what age to what age?
That was from maybe after I came out from the army, 21, 22, till 31, 32. At 31, 32, I went to England and I auditioned, and I got the role of 𝗲in Miss Saigon, the musical. And then that's when I started earning real money. When I was in England, in the West End, doing Miss Saigon musical.
What made you want to go to England in the first place? After 10 years, if you're saying hand to mouth and all.
The funny thing is, I wanted to quit after about 10 years in the business of, not earning money and doing plays in Singapore and not going anywhere. And so I ran away to England because my brother is there. He runs a Chinese restaurant.
Oh.
And I ran there because I said, okay, you know what? I think it's not working out after 10 years of not making money. My career don't seem to be going anywhere. I want to be a pop star. I cannot be, and then, theater in Singapore, just, oh my God, you can't earn any money. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to run away and find myself. And I became a bartender at my brother's restaurant.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. But the good story of how an actor always have to become a waiter and all that. And I was a bartender and all that. And I wanted to give up and all that kind of thing. And then, I've got a playwright friend in England who he was the one who told me about this audition of Miss Saigon. And then I said, oh, you know what? I don't know. I think I'm going to give up performing. And then, I think I want to be a chef because, work at my brother's restaurant. And he said, well, just because, someone cooks doesn't mean everybody becomes a chef. You have to follow what's, the fire that's burning in you.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, yeah, actually, I still miss performing. And then, at that time, the audition for Miss Saigon happened.
Wow.
I went and auditioned. After 6 rigorous rounds,
6 rounds of audition.
I got a principal role, and I understudied for the lead, which is the engineer. And then from then on, I decided, I'm going to perform for the rest of my life.
But for those who maybe not so clued in with the theatre scene, what does it mean to be the understudy for a big production like Miss Saigon? Does it mean
first and foremost, for a foreigner to even get any role in a West End show or a Broadway show is like, you have to be very lucky. I mean, of course, you have to be, you must have the talent, but talents are, everywhere. Yeah. And competition is so stiff and so tough that, to even get any role is really difficult. And of course, as a foreigner, unless you have a working visa, it's almost impossible to get a job as an actor.
This was in the
This was in 2004.
2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before all this talk of diversity and stuff, and inclusion, and you got that role.
Yeah. And so it was. I don't know. To me, it was a big deal, and it was, Miss Saigon, the musical, was actually the first musical I ever come across. And then,
as in your first musical you watched, really?
I've listened on a CD.
Oh,
remember CD? Yeah. And I'm like, and that was my first introduction to musicals. Actually, I was like, wow, what is this? Using music to tell stories. I want to be in it. And then, lo and behold.
And just so you mentioned like a principal, what do you mean by
principal role is actually basically the lead roles, the leading roles. Okay. Because in musicals there's always the chorus, which is the ensemble, and then there's the principal roles where basically they have lines that have songs to sing. And
I see.
Yeah. So yeah.
Is there a definite engagement, like a number of months or years or what?
Yeah. So I signed a 1-year contract.
Okay.
It was extended for a month. Yeah, and then I did for 13 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like how often were the shows and rehearsals?
8 shows a week.
8 shows a week?
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you were so...
For 13 months.
You said you were an understudy, is it? Or you
I had a principal role.
You had a principal role.
And I was at the same time understudying the lead role.
So does that mean that sometimes if the lead was not available,
Correct.
you would...
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
And there's very little notice. They'll tell you in the morning, tonight you're playing the lead.
Really?
And you have very little rehearsals.
So it's 8 shows a week?
I never ever rehearsed the whole show with the rest of my cast.
Wow.
Basically, I learned the songs. I have rehearsals for the songs.
Yeah.
And then I never ever rehearse with a thing. And then the morning itself, we are called in for rehearsal. We just basically block, where just block a few scenes, and then I'm on. Wow. It was the most nerve-wracking time. I have to go on show as the lead twice, and I tell you, it was just I don't know what was happening.
but I mean, it was good, it was well received.
I mean, I finised the show, and
the audience then
I had a standing ovation, but I don't know whether it's the show. It's the show. Yeah. I mean, the audience probably is very relieved that it's over, but
and the audience sizes were like.
Miss Saigon is like it sells out everywhere you go.
So
it was a tour. Mine was a tour. It toured the whole of the United Kingdom. Every theater you go, it's full house.
Wow. So it was like
sold out every night.
All sorts of theaters, all sorts.
Yeah. We went to like 10 different cities, I think. 10?
Man.
Yeah, I think so.
And 8 shows a week, so like one break day?
Yeah, one break day.
But it must have consumed your life at that point.
Oh my God.
Right?
Okay, so in Singapore, the longest run you ever have is like 2.5 weeks. This is 13 months.
Wow.
After about 3 months, we kind of all went a bit crazy. Because, you have to do the same thing, do the same blocking, say the same lines with the same intensity, act the same way. It's like Groundhog Day every day.
Yeah.
And you just have to do the same thing over and over again. And after 3 months, I think, we were trying to find new ways to inspire ourselves to bring new things to the audience.
But that means you all were like a moving family, like
we were a moving family,
So how do you look back at that period of 30 months? Was it like insane or like just special?
It was insane. It was crazy, but it was also really, really. I learned a lot from there. I grew up also as a performer from there. It was an insane. We were all in a bubble, so we can't. Everywhere we go, now I know how, like rock stars, they do tours, and they go a bit crazy.
Yeah,
I know why that happens, because you are in a bubble. Every cities you go, you can't make new friends and all that kind of. So you are caught. You're stuck with the same bunch of people.
So you were on the road like pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And what did you learn from that experience that was different from everything that you'd done in Singapore prior? Like what did it open your eyes to?
That as an actor, we need consistency. We need resilience. Yeah. And also there. I mean, I finally see what professional production is like. On that scale, on a Cameron Macintosh production. The scale is just different, the standard, the quality, everything is just different from Singapore. And I learned from, and also, from all these talents that I meet. Yeah. So, yeah.
And do you remember what it felt like when you found out you actually got the audition? Like after the 6th round, were you like, okay, this should be mine?
Oh my God. I remember I said I need a drink. I need many, many drinks. And I got drunk. I went and got drunk. I couldn't believe that I actually got the role.
Wow.
And how did your brother feel? Do you remember?
I remember it was that friend, that playwright friend who encouraged me.
Yeah.
He was the first person I called and I said, I got the role.
Wow.
And that was really something.
And they needed to hire. They needed a new bartender as well.
So I quit on that day. I quit. I called my brother and I said,
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Like, did you when you first started? What were the odds you thought of getting the role?
None.
None.
I didn't think I would stand a chance because in the West End, everybody can sing, everybody can act, everybody So to be chosen to even be called back, I think that was something already. I couldn't believe I was called back, and then they put me through rounds and rounds, 6 rounds of it. They flew me back. Actually, I went back to Singapore and I thought, oh, maybe they won't call me.
Yeah.
They flew me back, and then
Shit.
Wow.
So I mean, then you mentioned West End, Broadway. I mean, I've heard those terms before and all, but like we can just give some context about what that means in the theatre scene. Is that like the top tier?
I think in terms of theatre productions, that is the epitome of.
That's like the Premier League, the Premier League.
The Premier League, Premier League of theatre. Yes.
West End,
West End, Broadway.
West End, Broadway.
Yeah.
So after
if
that,
I can make it there, you make it anywhere, right? The song,
But then that must have felt like. Then after that, when you were done with Miss Saigon, like what was in the works or your plans going forward from there?
So I did think, should I continue, auditioning in the West End? But That was 20 something years ago, right? 2004, 21 years ago. For a foreigner to work in West End is difficult, but for an Asian to work in West End, largely Caucasian, is even harder. You have to prove why they can't get. You first and foremost, you had to find a musical like Miss Saigon, which is Asian based, and then the company has to basically say they can't find an Asian equivalent or a talent that can do the job in the West End. And so I did try to audition some more, but it was so difficult. So in the end, I thought, okay, maybe I will come back, and that was when Selena Tan visited me. Watch one of the shows.
You knew her beforehand already?
Oh yeah. We worked in Singapore way before that. In our first musical together, Sing to the Dawn.
Okay.
And Selena came and watched one of the shows. I remember it was to Oxford, I think. And then that, I was telling her, I don't know what I'm going to do. Should I go back to Singapore? Should I stay here? And then she said, well, if you miss home, and at that time I was homesick. I did tell her how homesick I was, despite knowing how lucky I was to be in the West End. But everything was so alien. I'm just this Hokkien boy from Yishun in Singapore. To be in this environment, which is largely Western and Caucasian. It's very alien to me, actually, and I was really homesick. And then Selena said, "Why don't you come back?" And then, at that time, she just started Dream Academy, I think, and she said, "Let's create a show. Are you ready to do your one-man show?" I'm like, "What? What is that?" And let's do comedy, right? And I'm like, comedy, stand-up comedy, which is the scariest thing on earth, right? Another thing, right? And because Miss Saigon was like a serious drama, right? And up to then, I thought I was a serious actor. So this is kind of scary to me as well. And then that was when, Selena sold me the idea. So when I finally decide that, okay, maybe it's too hard to be in the West End because, you have to go through rounds and rounds, and I have to go back to being a bartender while waiting for the role come again. I thought, okay, maybe I should go back to Singapore and try out what Selena suggests.
I see.
And then...
So you came back?
Came back and then had meeting with Selena.
And then Broadway Beng.
That's where Broadway Beng is born.
That's awesome.
So I get the Broadway kind of part of the name, but the Beng? You don't strike me as a Beng.
So I like I said, I was from Yishun. I'm Hokkien. My mother tongue is Hokkien. The first language I ever was exposed was Hokkien. And I guess, based on that, I think Selena Tan saw me as this Beng, right?
From the West End.
From the West. Who went to West End. Who did a West End or Broadway production. And I guess that's how the concept of Broadway Beng comes about. This Beng actually going all the way to do a Broadway West End show.
Yeah. Were you surprised with the reception towards Broadway Beng?
Oh my God, me and Selena, we didn't know what will happen. So we thought, okay, let's do a small scale. The first show was at DBS Art Center. It was called DBS Art Center. I don't know whether it's still called the SRT Theatre. That is now at it was just what 200 people, 200 seater. So we just try out lah.
And it was a one-man show.
It was a one-man show.
With song and dance.
With song and dance, but we don't have budget for a band, so it was -1.
Okay.
-1. I had 3 girls. I call them the 𝗄𝗲𝗄𝗏s. They are my backup girls lah.
What do you mean -1? Is that a term in
-1, is a theatre which means music without the voice. So the backup music, the karaoke music lah.
Yes.
Without the minus they call it -1.
Okay, -1. Okay.
One word I don't know. -1 music I don't know. But then so that show I still remember the first day of opening night. Oh my God! Before the show I went to vomit.
Really?
Later
like
I found
Eminem
out.
Like that lah.
Yeah, Selena also went to vomit. And then after the first show, we got I think there was a standing ovation. I don't know, but it was like, the applause was like, and that's when we kind of knew. Oh my God! I think the audience liked it. Yeah. And so we only did 5 shows, and of course, quick word of mouth sold out the 5 shows, and then then we thought, hey, actually the response was really good, right? We should. And then that year alone, we did 2 other runs.
Wow.
Yeah, one in Singapore. We do another one in Singapore. I think in the same venue, or did we go to a bigger venue? And then one in Malaysia. Yeah, I went to
Did
KL.
well also.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we didn't go back to KL because of the ringgit lah. So this doesn't make.
If you didn't go back then, you won't go back now lah.
Yeah, because now 3.3. Everything divided by 3.3. Sorry.
But it must have been quite something to, from the West End, then suddenly you're headlining your own solo show in Singapore.
Correct, and it's a stand-up comedy, which is something I've never done. Doing traditional theatre all this while, where it's just stage and audience, and we don't break the fourth wall. Do you know what's that?
Yeah.
Meaning you don't talk to the audience. There's no interaction, right? We do the actors, just create a story on stage, and then the audience is the audience, right?
Yeah.
To go from that to Broadway Beng, which is also stand-up comedy, which you literally have to interact with the audience and talk to them. Wow, that was damn nerve-wracking. And a new format that I think I've only just begun to relax into it.
20 years
really?
later.
Yeah, I'm still nervous about stand-up comedy. Because,
But didn't it feel somewhat also like a homecoming? Like, finally, like, how in Singapore they say you must be succeed outside first, then you come home, then people clap for you. Did you feel that as well?
Well, I don't know. Well, the newspaper did pick that up and say, he came back, he was in the, West End show and blah, blah, blah. And so that was, they did pick up on that.
Okay.
And then how did things change after that?
Broadway Beng became successful, I guess, because 20 years later we're still doing it. I'm still earning money out of it.
Yeah.
And I would say, all thanks to Broadway Beng, I can make a living out of it. I don't know how the young actors do it nowadays, but for me, I think, Broadway Beng gave me in Singapore, I think they need kind of a label. I don't know. They kind of like, you need to give them a label or like a brand. Something they can hold on to, like something to identify with. Yeah. So I think Broadway Beng, the persona, was something they could, identify, with. And so, it gave me a career, it gave me a job.
Was there a point where you realized, oh, okay, this, I can see myself building a career out of this?
Yes. After the success of the first show.
After the first show already?
Yeah, after the first show. And then we subsequently do 2 more runs.
Yeah.
And then I started getting a lot of work and
Oh.
Yeah.
But now when you look back, and you join the dots and everything, what do you think about you gave you this quality to be able to break through what a typical actor experiences in Singapore and be able to create your own show and go to West End and then create your own show? What's the quality that you had?
See, that's what I always tell younger actors now. I mean, if they ask me for advice, I said, in Singapore, you have to try everything. Do everything. Dabble in everything. Don't say, I'm just this or that. Don't pigeon your hole. Pigeon your hole.
Pigeon your hole.
Yeah, that's a good word. Don't pigeon your hole, okay?
You stand up comic.
Don't pigeonhole,
Okay.
And that, just try everything, and then you will never know
what clicks.
What clicks, what comes out. I when I first started out, wanting to be an actor or a performer, I never knew I would come up with this thing called, or this persona called Broadway Beng. Like I would do something like that. Yeah. Actually, I didn't even know I would have gone to, do a musical in the West End. So I think, dare to travel, dare to dabble in everything.
Yeah. One of the greatest footballers, if not the greatest footballer of Singapore, is Fandi Ahmad. And he has been quite open about how he regretted not staying on in Holland when he was playing there. I think for reasons also like being homesick. And he would have gotten a chance to train under Johan Cruyff and all that, and he came back. When you look back, right, is there a part of you that wonders, if I stayed on at West End, how would it have turned out?
Yes, of course.
And like, how do you grapple with that? Like,
no, I always feel that everything happens for a reason. There's no point. There's no such thing as what if. I feel. If life is about what ifs, then we'll all be happy, right?
Yeah.
I think I have to respect the decisions I made then and also the situation that I was given, right? It was really difficult for an Asian foreigner to carve out a career in the West End, just put it that way. And I guess, some people say, well, you should persevere, you should have, but then I came back and I found Broadway Beng and Broadway Beng became successful and it gave me job and I earned money from it. So I can't say no to that. So lah. I mean
that's a very...
Had I not found Broadway Beng, maybe I would have gone back. I don't know. But then, life is not about what ifs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, coming from the experience at West End, then coming back to the theatre scene in Singapore, was there anything that you felt like, hey, we need to change as a theatre industry to try and get to that level?
Yeah. We need to stop getting government grants and start to think like Cameron McIntosh or Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Which is what?
Which is you have to see it as a business. You have to really see it as a global business But then that's it. We are a little tiny island with very limited audience base. So we have a lot of challenges in Singapore, and the fact that we can even have a vibrant scene, a theatre scene, we are very lucky already. But I mean, of course, if you want to know what is the
pinnacle
of theatre, or you want to know what is a thriving art scene, look to the West. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but look to West End and Broadway and how they. How the productions are run.
But even the psyche of a performer, because not to use football as an analogy again, or like
you love your football, I suspect.
Yeah, it's just the analogy or like athletes, like you hear. I mean, it feels like one thing that we hear is that Singapore has talent, but because of circumstances, consequences, pressure to, cost of living and all, we are not able to devote enough time to a particular craft. But do you see that? Do you think Singapore, we have this talent pool, but it's tough to be, perform at sold out shows 10 months, 13 months because of the size of the country. And there are inherent differences in the way people approach their craft.
Yeah. I mean, in Singapore, that's why I said you can't just be an actor. You have to be so many things. I mean, I'm an actor, I'm a singer, I am a host, I am now a stand-up comedian. You have to do everything. And I was a bartender and all that kind of thing. So in Singapore, sadly, because of our size and circumstance, we can't afford to we have to do everything, and we can't just say,
But do you believe like Singapore, we have the talent to really...
Yes, we do. But, limited lah. I mean, we have limited talent only because, there's only 5 million of us?
Six already, past six.
I mean,
if you talk about like,
counting the foreigners. Who's coming here to take our jobs. No. Oh, yeah. So, lah. But we definitely have talent. We do have talent. And the fact that we have such a vibrant theatre scene, that is already quite something, For small Singapore,
So to you,
so many theatre companies.
So to you, the scene is vibrant.
It's vibrant. It's vibrant. Yeah, but I don't think we can call it an industry yet.
It's a scene.
Yeah, we can't. It's a scene because,
Then
we don't, because,
No, go ahead.
I mean, actors don't even have minimum wage in Singapore. You know what I mean? So we can't call it an industry because when you want to start calling when you want to start calling a Singapore scene an industry, you need to have a lot of things in place. You need to have a union for the actors, you need to pay the actors properly and the musicians and everybody. We need to have a system, basically. In Singapore, we don't have that. We still don't have that.
But in the UK, that was very clear.
Yeah, they have a union, strong union. And especially in the Broadway. And theatre companies in Singapore, we're still, depending on government grants and all that.
Yeah.
And I don't think Cameron McIntosh gets any government grant. You know what I mean? So Singapore, I would say the theatre scene is still quite fringe. It's like the equivalent of the fringe theatre in England, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have like people like Selena Tan who is brave enough to say, I want to be like a Cameron Macintosh. So, Dream Academy is a private limited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's based solely on ticket sales, which is why I'm here. I want to sell the show that Dream Academy is in.
We've set all the context.
Correct. And now I'm going to segue into this show I'm going to sell.
Which is what, Sebastian?
Which is the divorce party. It's a dinner theatre, but it's also an immersive interactive theatre. What that means, it means that we are going away from the traditional stage audience. Traditional theatre, you always have the stage and then the audience, right?
Yeah.
This is an interactive piece where the whole action takes place in the ballroom in a hotel. And the audience is part of the play. Yeah.
So it's basically what you wish would happen at every wedding, like a lot of drama happening.
Yes.
Actually happening.
Yeah.
And you enjoy a dinner alongside while
you get food
as well. You get food. You get food. So the ticket, of price covers a 3-course meal.
Including dessert, right?
𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗃𝗍 2 course plus a dessert buffet.
Wow. So that means it would be, let's say it's like you're attending a wedding, right? And the performance...
In this case, it's a divorce.
It's a divorce.
Okay.
And you play the lead role.
I play one of the lead roles.
One of the lead roles.
I play, should I tell you I should tell the audience, huh?
Yeah.
What is this? The divorce party, well, basically I play the matriarch of this rich family, okay, who owns this company called 𝗂𝗲𝗂𝗁𝗂𝗁𝗂𝗁𝗂𝗁𝗂. All right, and I play Penelope Chu, okay, the matriarch of the family, and I inherited all the money from my late husband. One day I was informed by my daughter's best friend that I was invited by the daughter's best friend to attend a party where I was told that my daughter has a big announcement to make. I turn up only to find out my daughter is getting a divorce. All hell breaks loose, and and then you have to come and watch to see what happened in the end.
It's quite funny because I think when Ray from Dream Academy was just telling me about this, then I went to look at the material. Then I was just browsing through the pictures. And then I was like, I don't really know. I can't really identify any of the actors from it. So I sent it to them. Then they're like, Broadway Beng's in it. I'm like, what? Then I realized, you're playing a female character.
Yes.
Is there a reason that specifically why you're playing the female character?
Selena Tan, the director and the writer's take is this. Like, this woman, Penelope Chu, right, is living in a man's world. Because he was thrust with the responsibility of being the matriarch of a rich family, and he was he had to take over the business, and so he has to man up and live in a man's world and become the man of the family actually, and that's why he thought maybe have a real man to play it.
Got it. Okay.
So that means like. You were saying the crowd, it'll happen on the floor and the crowd gets involved?
Yeah.
How?
They are part of, it's as if they are also invited to the divorce party.
Yeah.
And we will talk to them. And we will be telling them the stories or like about this character and all that.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and they can choose. I mean, they can choose to participate. They can even tell us things if they want. Or they can choose to just watch.
So, and how many performers will be spread out in the...
There are, how many are there? 10? About 10, 11?
And what's
that is so crazy.
This format is, I understand, is also quite new for you, right?
It's my first dinner theatre. My first interactive. No. Well, if you consider Broadway Beng interactive, but it is my first, dinner theatre.
How's it different from roles you've done before and all that?
Well, first and foremost, I am in the midst of the audience. I mean, like...
Break the fourth wall.
Yeah, break the fourth wall, and we have to act in front of them. We have to get them involved and all that. So, and also... I've never done something like that before. So it's kind of scary as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to expect. I mean, I don't know what the audience is going to throw us.
Yeah.
and
But I think it's such a cool concept. And I mean, I can imagine, like, when you host wedding dinners and all, the cling clang, people eating.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to perform amidst that.
Yes.
Wow.
But the other thing also, there's interesting divorce party. What about... is there something in society that you're trying to reflect about when talking about divorce party? Because I don't know, have you ever attended a divorce party
Why
before?
why not a wedding?
Why not a
dinner?
wedding? Why divorce party?
Yeah, well, because, I think, wedding has been done to death, right? I mean, there was already I think SRT already did the wedding, 𝗲𝗶𝗁𝗏𝗏's wedding or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it, or is it birthday? I don't know.
I think it's a wedding.
But wedding is like quite common.
Okay.
And then divorce, the subject of divorce is not, it's still kind of a stigma, right? There's a stigmatized subject, right?
And especially for a matriarch of a powerful family, divorce is like the worst thing that could ever
And
happen.
I think Selena Tan, the writer, thought that, well, it'd be good to visit this subject matter, right? The divorce. Something we don't really talk about, right? And so, well, of course, we are not encouraging people to get divorced.
Yeah.
That's not what we're trying to, that's not the message. But I think we are trying to tell people that, just as we support, we celebrate weddings.
Yeah.
Divorce is a very difficult decision to make, right? And if a couple decide to make that decision, we should also then respect that and support that.
That's the overall message.
And celebrate, right?
But a lot of drama in between.
Yeah, lah.
Wow.
A lot of drama. Why did they get divorced? Who is the cause of the divorce?
Who done it?
Who done
it? Yeah.
And it's so interesting because, I mean, like, every time I do get a chance to go to a play or a live performance, it just blows my mind that, wow, these people are so talented on stage, But now, like how if you go to a comedy show or something, there's a chance of you getting roasted, which is a bit like nerve-wracking. And this one feels like you're combining it with dinner, being in, I think it's such a cool concept, man. Such a cool concept.
Yeah. But I just want to tell the audience, don't be afraid. I mean, if you want to come and you don't want to do anything, you don't want to participate, it's fine as well. Just eat and watch a show, because we have a lot of things to do also on stage, on off stage. You can just come and watch and don't do anything. It's fine too. But if you want to get involved and talk to any one of us, it's fine also. We leave room for that. So it's kind of live, although we have a script to follow. Yeah, so it's kind of like anything can happen at that night.
I mean, I think like it's something that probably everyone has felt. You go to I have never been to a divorce party before, but you go for a wedding party, sometimes it's so boring. You're like, oh my God, if someone can just say some shit on stage.
Correct.
Like let some shit happen, that'd be so fun, but it'll never happen. This is almost like living out a fantasy.
Correct. So come and watch it lah.
You
haven't been to those of you. I don't think it's a common thing, right? Divorce party.
No. I've heard of like uncoupling ceremony or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's not common at all.
Yeah.
So come and experience your first divorce party.
The other part is interesting for me is that when we were backstage at the 𝗂𝗶𝗏 party, watching everyone perform was interesting, but you were probably the calmest performer. Like,
how do you know what's going in?
I know.
But
your show is 20 minutes non-stop, bang, bang, bang of like songs, dance, music, everything. But then when backstage, you are literally almost like just sitting there playing game. Everyone else is like getting to the zone.
I was nervous as shit.
So I'm trying to imagine why are you like being nervous backstage?
No, I think, there's bound to be nerves, especially, but I think over the years, I think more than 30 years of performing, I've learned one thing, that, nervous, it's good to be nervous, but nervous energy does nothing to you.
Yeah.
It makes you like, and so I've learned to be calm before a storm. Like, I don't know. I mean, I've learned to be, to collect myself and try to put myself in a as relaxed state as possible. Yeah.
But how? Is it something you learn or something?
A glass or two of wine helps, or three if that's what you need. No. I didn't drink that at all. That one I didn't drink at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. I always tell young actors also, just before you go on stage, do not go through your lines.
Really?
You will forget it.
Because it's all in your head already.
Correct. You should be able to rehearse it to a point that it's already in your head, and trust that everything is already in your head. You know what to do. Trust it.
Yeah.
Before you go on stage, don't go through your lines.
I mean, like, I would say if I'm acting on set, that one feels a bit easy. Like, I also, like, I think I try not to go through lines. But performing in front, I was nervous as shit, man, during the help.
We went through our lines right up to the point we went on stage.
Because it's very different from acting on set in a TV production.
Yeah, you can cut.
You can
edit.
cut if you mess up. But the audience thing, and like, I remember, like, what Thursday, you were like, oh, my turn. okay lor. Then you just walk out. I'm like,
Slowly
how are
pull
you? Then you
close.
go on stage and you're singing and all, and even maintaining your voice. I think the first 2 days, I find my voice, I was slamming 𝗶𝗏𝗀𝗏.
But how often do you go on live stage? Like do a live
Not very
performance?
often.
Not
There you
very
go.
often.
So you got to do it
It's a
more.
muscle memory lah.
Yeah, I mean, every show is different, I would say, and there's always bound to be nerves. But I think after years and years of performing on live theatre, you will learn a way. Yeah,
I mean, it was fun
not
watching.
be as nervous.
Fun watching you and the other comedians because everyone had their own way of dealing with the fright, and like everyone just they owned the stage and all. Yeah, very inspiring to see.
Were there any extra nerves considering that you were doing, political content in your humor as well?
Sometimes with politicians in the audience also.
Politicians that you're singing about in the audience.
Yeah.
Like, I think the look left, look right guy was in the audience and you sang the song for him, right?
No lah. I mean, whatever we want to say, we have to send it to IMDA, right?
True.
So it's a proof.
It's a proof.
So I just have to be careful in my ad-libbing. I don't add anything that will get me into trouble, and then one of the minister happened to be sitting in the... You know what I mean? Other than that, I think years of doing it, I think have taught me to like just think on my feet and like this one cannot say. Or you have to say it in this way. I guess.
So, given that you've been performing for like 30 years, has there ever been a point in you mentioned you almost quit.
After 10 years.
Yeah, but after things started picking up, has there been a point where you're like, I'm kind of getting sick of this, or like it's...
lately only.
Lately?
Yeah,
really?
I'm currently going through a midlife crisis. I'm still going through. I started 10 years ago. Yeah, and lately, during the pandemic, it really made me feel, oh my God.
Because you couldn't perform, or
I couldn't perform. And then I don't think I was depressed, but I don't think I was, clinically depressed, but I was depressed. I think all of us are depressed, right? And it made me question a lot of things. And then right after, even when the restrictions were lifted, the jobs were not the same, they were not forthcoming and all that. And, everything was struggling. We're kind of struggling to get back on our feet. And it was that point that I thought, maybe it's time for me to retire. But then I remember I live in one of the most expensive city in the world. I don't have enough money to retire. How? Yeah. So of course.
So nothing to do with the non-essential artists and all that kind of stuff, lah. It didn't piss you off or anything.
I actually, funnily, right, I wasn't that pissed, because frankly, I mean, we are non-essential. I mean, frankly, without us, you won't die, right? You will die soul-wise, you will die, but then. Yeah, I mean, you won't die physically, right? So I get where the Straight Up article is going, but they don't have to rub it in, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yes, we are non-essential, but don't have to they still have to position some more. Number one is performing artist is number one non-essential. Why must you rank us? See, that's typical Singapore, right? You rub it in.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You talk about the roles that are essential only. That's
correct.
All,
And the non-essential, right?
You figure it out yourself.
Right? No, they have to rank it.
Number one most
and number one, performing artist, non-essential.
So that means like you reconsidering the industry, was it like just having done it for so long, or something about the craft? Were things getting boring for you, or?
Yeah, I think, I mean, performing has always, in theatre, especially in Singapore, has always been an uphill struggle, And I think the pandemic really set us back 10 years, 20 years.
Really, yeah?
Yeah, I think up to 2019, we were slowly building, bigger audience base, I mean, it was really... the scene was getting more and more vibrant. There was, more and more productions happening. Theatre companies were all taking more risk in bigger, better productions. After the pandemic, now look at the productions that's happening. Everything is like scaled down.
So you don't think that we are back on like the uptick?
No, we are not at all.
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the concept like Divorce Party, it does sound innovative. It does sound... Correct.
Yeah. And it'll help to pull new people back to the theatre. I think it needs new formats like that as well.
Right? I mean, it's interesting. I mean, and people will want to see what it is. And But I think, we're still not back on... pre-pandemic level.
Mm.
Yeah, and I hope that we will get there lah.
Yeah.
But money is a big factor, right? Because so.
Well, but I'm glad. I mean, you're not retiring anytime soon.
Yeah, man.
And that
Cannot,
this is going on.
Let's see after the divorce party.
I mean, our hope is the next election we'll still be seeing you.
Yeah.
Hopefully even sharing a stage with you at some
And you
point.
can sing that same song that you sang the past 2 elections. Also.
Correct. I will just change the lyrics again.
Change the lyrics, yeah.
I think Happy Ever After, that was the first political election edition, right?
I believe
think,
so.
yeah, yeah.
2020,
So full,
2020 there
yeah.
wasn't what?
Yeah. The past Happy Ever After was all was
General.
not the theme wasn't election, right?
Yeah.
I think we should do every election.
Yeah,
I think we should.
We should. And I mean, for us, like we had done live shows before, like live recordings of podcasts. We had tried stand-up comedy before, which was a fucking disaster. But actually, Help was like one of the best experiences this year for me personally, because it was. I mean, the whole Capital Theatre is great. The fact that we were pushed out of our comfort zone, and the nice thing about 9 shows is like comparing our first to 9th performance, felt like there was some change lah. And when the 9th show, we're like, oh, finally we got our set tight and all, and just watching the other comedians and performers, it was a great experience lah.
Yeah.
Sounds like the two of you have caught the bug.
Yeah. And it's thanks to
You
people
should
like you.
dabble.
Thanks.
Oh wow.
Thanks to people
So
like you.
will you all act or start?
I mean, I've always loved acting.
Or maybe why
Yeah.
don't you take your podcast out into like
we are
open?
trying. Yeah, we are
Yeah,
trying.
we
we're
have
trying to
plan.
do
We got
that,
some
yeah.
plans for that lah.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah,
And
because I
then
mean,
it's-
this studio is great, but like being like with people and all is a whole different
Right,
vibe,
Life
with
balance.
audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should take it to, I don't know, the grassroots.
So you
like,
cannot
know.
retire yet, because if we do something,
Okay.
then we want you to be involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Based on that, I will not retire.
You cannot retire.
I cannot retire.
We'll do a 𝗂𝗏𝗏 immersive dinner. lah. Yeah.
Immersive
Do a
podcast.
Yeah.
Immersive podcast.
Also, I have don't have enough money to retire.
Okay.
So
But like coming back to Divorce Party, where can people get tickets, and how long is it running, and where is it going to be exactly?
So you can go to book my show.
Ah,
Yeah, just click on book my show. It will
Divorce
direct
Party.
you to.
We can put the link in the show notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And get tickets, and please come and support it, because if nobody come and watch it, then then maybe dinner theatre will not happen again in Singapore,
And it's running from when to
and I
when?
will retire. I don't know. It's running from the 18th of November till the 14th of December. That's the first leg. We, based on ticket sales, we may extend in January.
Okay.
So
Okay,
it's
got it.
all up to the audience whether they
Okay.
come and watch it.
And the shows typically will be what time?
The show is typically 8 p.m. onwards. Yeah, thereabouts. We also have matinees, afternoon show, 12:30, right? Or is it thereabouts? 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? I find out from Book My Show, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and we just have to tell you, this, oh my God, for the one ticket, you can get a free meal, right? 3 course. Yeah, with dessert buffet from 𝗵𝗶𝗃𝗏 Hotel. And then you get a free show, right? A free show, and you are in it. You are in the show. You are this is what you call immersive theatre, interactive theatre.
Because it's in a proper hotel ballroom at
Yes.
the Capital 𝗵𝗃𝗏 Hotel.
Yeah.
Ah.
So you can...
Culture pass. You can use your culture pass.
yes.
Pass.
And if you think, the tickets is pricey, but if you think about the food and the stage and it's actually not.
You can tell your family, I was part of a play, just like, yeah.
But if you are still being a Singaporean and still think, okay lah, expensive,
Culture
I
pass.
go movie theatre, it's cheaper. Then use the culture pass. $100, right?
Yeah, $100.
You all get it, right?
Yeah.
I'll get it.
Yeah. Then you get a big discount.
Wow,
More
solid.
than 50% discount, right?
Yeah.
It does sound like
culture
there's
pass.
something historic about this, right? The format, the place where you're having it. I mean, and then legends like Broadway
Broadway
Beng
Beng,
being
Thanks.
in
You are
there.
nice to me, you all.
Of course.
It's
Legend.
Legend.
Wow. Dude, I mean, doing something for 30 years and building a career out of it, and performing on Broadway, solid.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm glad I'm still around.
Yeah, you're still around. You better still be around.
Yeah. 5 years
After
time.
talking to the two of you, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
More
We'll
I
see you
will
at the
try.
next
I will
election.
try. See you at the next
Yeah.
election. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Cool.
But before that, we do have the final segment, which is the One Shiok Thing segment.
Yes.
Which we can go first. Terrence, you have your One Shiok Thing.
Yeah, just a small thing, but I'm going to Japan soon for holidays and everything. apparently there's a spate of bear attacks across Japan now.
Yeah.
Like the bears, apparently summer was very hot, so there's not enough food for them in terms of fish. So they've been attacking humans, hikers and all that.
I saw that in the news.
Yeah. So I just saw a video recently, What No One Tells You About Bears in Japan. It's by this guy called 𝗂𝗂𝗔. And he just covers like what you should do in the event that you meet a hungry bear during while hiking and all that.
What kind of bears?
Like grizzly, no, brown bears.
Brown bears.
So they're still pretty big. They will attack you, they will bite you and everything.
Oh my God.
So apparently that's something that you need to learn now when you go in Japan, like what to do in a bear attack, no? Like where to kick and like how to lie down.
So where do you kick?
The nose. Apparently the nose is like super sensitive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so you aim for the nose, and then you might not even be able to outrun them because
they're fast.
Yeah,
You're supposed to lie flat and act dead, right?
And cover your neck and lie flat, yes, possible.
right?
But they could still bite the rest of your body. Which
You never watched The Revenant?
Yeah, I did. How real is that?
it was a CGI bear. It was
CGI bear lah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
oh my God.
if you lie flat, there's that risk lah.
There's that risk lah. So,
Oh.
but if you can't run, then what else can you do lah? They say
Hit
aim
the
for the nose.
Aim for the nose.
Or
But-
pray.
Yeah, but I think the important thing also is that he talks about you don't want to get to a stage where the authorities come in and want to shoot all the bears lah, right? So you as a responsible person, a human being also, don't go and find them and all that lah, and then cause more publicity and then end up they have to shoot all the bears.
So
and
they're
that's
hungry because they haven't had food.
It's been a very warm summer, so not enough fish or something like that.
Shit, man.
So they are like starting to attack like humans and camps and stuff like that. lah.
Oh,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
going camping?
No, but probably a bit of hiking here and there. Yeah. So I have to be on the
Go
lookout for-
Sentosa lah. I think you'll be
Sentosa,
safe.
safer.
We booked the tickets already.
You're going Japan, huh?
Yeah, but otters later. Otters scary also.
Yeah,
If they're hungry, also quite scary.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just stay at home lah then.
Just stay, lah. Watch.
Go divorce party lah.
Watch Netflix lah. Go divorce party
You
lah.
get fat.
Go
So,
divorce party.
Correct. But yeah.
Cool. My One Shiok Thing is a trailer for a movie that I saw a few weeks ago. It's coming out November 12th on Prime Video. It's called Playdate. So why I'm quite excited is because it stars Kevin James and Alan Ritchson, who, like Kevin James, King of Queens, Paul Blart, Mall Cop.
Grown Up.
Grown Ups.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Hitch. And then Alan Ritchson is the Reacher, the damn big guy.
Yeah.
He's damn jack. And they kind of play those roles, except it's a buddy comedy where they are on the run from some this richer guy turns out to be a secret agent because they bond over their kids and then they start having play dates, so that's why the movie's called Playdate. But he's a secret agent and he brings Kevin James along on this crazy ride, and it's just a fun movie lah. It looks damn fun. The trailer is funny, and both of them play the versions of themselves that we have all come to associate with them lah. The macho muscle guy and the goofball. So it's called Playdate. Came out 4 weeks ago, already 20 million views. So should be quite fun lah on Amazon Prime. I hope it's going to be available in Singapore. I imagine it would. But yeah, so that's my One Shiok Thing. Cool. What about you?
My One Shiok Shiok Thing, right?
Yeah.
One Shiok series that I watched on Prime Video is The Boys.
Yes.
Have you watched The Boys?
Yes, I loved it. I finished all 4 seasons already, waiting for the 5th one.
And then do you go on to watch Gen V?
No, not yet.
Ah,
It's good also?
Yes, it ties in with it's like the school. They went
the
to school to be superheroes.
Yeah.
So
Did
for
you-
those not in the know, The Boys is what? Is like a anti-hero,
Dark.
It's like a dark comedy.
comedy,
subversive superhero genre, right?
Superhero assholes. When
Yes,
superheroes
you
become
literally
assholes.
see assholes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You will see,
literally.
oh my God. So that series, like after watching that series, I'm like,
You watched all 4 seasons?
I watched all 4 seasons.
You recently came across it?
No. I watched it last year.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
it's amazing.
No, I was it last year? It started 2 years ago, right? So 3
More
years
than
ago.
that.
More than that,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I had to wait. I think I only discovered it when after the 2nd or 3rd season. And then I of course binge watch it, and then I had to wait for a year lah. And now I'm like waiting for the next
season, right?
But
yeah.
you don't like normal superhero movies after.
Yeah, now I'm like, look at the normal superheroes.
Cannot,
I'm
right?
like, walao.
The Boys is amazing.
Watch The Boys lah.
It's damn good.
Why? It's funny.
Yeah.
It's subversive.
damn dark and
After
morbid.
you watch The Boys and Gen V, you will look at superheroes.
Avengers cannot lah, right?
Yeah,
Differently.
differently.
You haven't
from
caught the
different
boys bug yet lah.
I've watched season 1.
Oh, season one,
so I'm on
yeah.
season 2. Yeah.
But it's R21, so
It's
I think
solid.
teenagers, your weight lah.
It's so
But I
good.
think it's really,
So good.
so good.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Cool, man. Thanks so much, Sebastian.
Yeah, thank
thanks
you
for coming
all.
by.
It's good to see the two of you again.
awesome,
Yeah, that's why they say, oh, you're gonna go on a podcast. I was
Yeah.
nervous because I've never been on a podcast except for
Yeah.
that 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
But I heard, oh, Yalabat. Alamat. There's two of them. Of course.
Oh, so
Then
you didn't
come.
know they were coming on our podcast until you found out it was 𝗟𝗏𝗏. He
Yeah.
just told you you're going to go
Yeah,
on the podcast.
then I thought, okay lah, I think can
Okay
lah.
lah, okay lah.
Yeah.
Solid. But yeah, I mean, we'll put all the links in the show notes. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
To everyone listening, thank you so much for listening. And we'll talk to y'all very soon.